The myth that you stay drier if you run in the rain. Common sense? Since when have the Mythbusters let that get in the way of a challenge?
The idea is someone walking through the rain will stay in the rain longer, but the rain's only falling on their head and shoulders. Whereas someone running through the rain is actually picking up rain on their entire front.
So what? We just wait for the next rainy day and go for a stroll? No siree. The Mythbusters will need controlled conditions.
We've got, the velocity of the rain, you've got the speed that you're running, you've got all these different things to factor in there. I think the hardest part is going to be getting really reliable, consistent rain, something that's realistic. So, it's got to be the right velocity, the right drop size, nice even spread over a big distance like this for us to get a good, consistent run.
When it comes time to run the test, Adam and Jamie will have to make sure their perspiration doesn't mix with the rain. So they'll have to wear something underneath their coveralls, something snug and form-fitting.
How do you feel?
Feel kind of sexy.
The next step, buy some piping for their homemade downpour. And when you...
We need to have at least about 60 feet of height for the sprinklers so that the raindrops can achieve terminal velocity.
After falling 60 feet, a drop of water is traveling at maximum speed, around 22 feet per second. After that, it cannot go any faster, no matter how far it plummets.
We just go up there with a hose.
Ironically, the heavens have opened, just as Adam and Jamie find the perfect place to whip up a storm.
So here we are, Jamie.
An Alameda Naval Base.
Yeah, across the bay from San Francisco. They used to paint C-130 planes in this room.
It's a big hangar.
Yeah.
Time to see whether or not Adam's rain delivery system is just a pipe dream. "150 feet of pipe with sprinkler heads every 6 feet.
I'm actually really pleased with the way things are going.
Accessing water's one thing. Getting it to travel 60 feet straight up in the air is another.
There you go.
Jamie's calculated that the water will have to be pumped at 15 pounds per square inch. No problem.
Come on, keep coming down. No, it's okay, not too much. Okay, so what's next?
On some of the tests, they plan to add wind as a variable.
I'm not getting this at all. It's like...
Okay. We're going to run it for 5 minutes. I can't tell how big the drops are. So currently we're getting just about 1 3/4 inches per hour. We want to goose up the throttle just a little bit, and we should have the perfect amount of rain. I'm ready to dress up. You ready?
Ready as it's gonna be.
I must admit, I feel a little funky.
Step 1. Make the rain more visible.
Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Step 2. Put on the coveralls. Each pair weighs 757 grams. Step 3. It's time to walk the line and find an answer to this age-old mystery.
Walking.
High-speed camera running at 1,000 frames per second captures every single droplet. Adam and Jamie will walk the course twice, once with wind, once without.
And stop.
Each take is timed. Then the coveralls are straight off and onto the scales.
785 grams. What was the original weight?
757.
757.
Now, Jamie's turn to be under the weather. clock in at around 18 seconds, and the coveralls have soaked up almost the same amount of water. But what happens when Adam and Jamie up the pace? That can't be right.
798, significantly more.
Adam's coveralls are 14 grams heavier after the run. Time to find out what our meteorologists gauged from their rain experiment.
It's much better to run than walk, according to our model and the experiment. The runner was 40% less wet than the walker.
On Jamie's run, the difference isn't as great.
793.
But the raw data is still pointing to an answer that flies in the face of science.
The results aren't what I expected at all, actually. The numbers are really close. We're only talking about a matter of a dozen grams here and there. So when we average it all out, I think it's going to show that running, actually you get wetter, strangely.
The difference is minute. Wind-blown rain makes the coveralls only a few grams heavier. The overall result, however, remains the same. At the end of the day, 8 pink-tinged coveralls tell the story.
After the running, the rubber suits, the getting wet, crunching the numbers, what's the final result? What's the verdict?
Better to walk than run.
Really?
Yeah. It was very clear. Over a 100-foot course with 2 to 3 inches per hour rain delivery. We got more than twice the rain per foot running than we did with walking.
Is this one busted?
This one's busted. Fact is that it's better to walk than to run in the rain.